Alright, what's going on everybody? It's your boy Akeem and welcome to this vlog. Here to give you a scout report on Caleb Brantley, the defensive tackle coming out of Florida. Now this kid is actually from Crescent City, Florida, and he was a first team all-state performer before becoming a Florida Gator, in which he finally garnered second team all-SEC honors in 2016. Now, if you take a look at his numbers in his career, it's not that impressive, but I will explain why. He had 81 tackles, 20 tackles for loss, and 5.5 sacks. But the reason behind that is that it's not the reason why his numbers aren't so eye-popping is because of the fact that he's been dealing with a lot of double teams throughout his career, particularly in 2016. And that's why he finally started to get more recognition and getting second team all-SEC honors. Now let's talk about his strengths and weaknesses. First, his strength. He definitely has a great, powerful frame at 6'3", 307 pounds. He definitely has a good low center of gravity, which I do like about him. And I do like the fact that he packs an initial first punch when coming off the line of scrimmage, which could throw defenders, offensive linemen off. And I did mention that he has to deal with a lot of double teams, and he pretty much holds his own pretty well. Now, due to the fact that he's been dealing with those double teams, it opens things up for a fellow defender to get to the ball carrier and possibly cause a turnover, which shows great teamwork from Caleb's standpoint. He shows that he could be a great team player. So I do know that teams from the National Football League is going to be looking at him because he can draw so much attention, like Vince Wilfork during his time as a New England Patriot. He even been doing the same for the Houston Texans. Now, I'm not saying that he's just like Vince Wilfork as far as a prospect, but I say he could be that guy. Now, overall, if you take a look at the defensive tackles entering this year's draft, they're not the most dynamic of the bunch, but I think this is a decent average size group, and this is another decent player. Now I need to talk about his weaknesses though. Now, just because his size, he is 6'3", 307 pounds, which is actually a good size to have, but that's just about average height. That most teams are actually looking for a little bit taller, around 6'5", 6'6" defensive tackles to possibly swap the ball away. Now, other things that I did notice as far as his weaknesses, sometimes because of he does have great initial quickness, but he doesn't have excellent lateral movement and lateral agility after the first step. Now, I think he needs to work on that a little bit more, but also because of that, because he has good quickness and he doesn't have the lateral movement, sometimes he actually can draw himself offside sometimes. Now, during his career, I did find out that he actually had over 10 offsides for the past 2 seasons, in which he actually had a bad time timing things up. So he needs to work on that just a little bit more. He does have that quick step, but he doesn't really excel laterally after that. But mainly due to the fact that he has been dealing with a lot of double teams, which is a plus at the same time. So it really depends on how you look at it. But I still think this is a pretty good defensive tackle. I see him being used in a 4-3 scheme and in a 3 technique and at the next level. Now, overall, from my projection, I actually see him going in the late of the 2nd round at best, but no later than the late of the 3rd round. So that's pretty much my projection for Brantley, and I wish the best for him. Now, the next time I'm going to catch you guys in just a couple minutes, I have 5 more blogs for today. Thank you for watching this vlog. I'm your man, Akeem. Be easy.